It's the building that was opened the year the franchise became known as the Titans. Welcome to Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Joey Sly is going to have the honor of getting us started. And away we go from Nashville. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So the Packers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the Utah State product and former first-rounder back in 2020, Jordan Love.
It took Jordan Love a little while for him to get his chance to start in the NFL. He had to watch Aaron Rodgers for a number of years, but guess what? Aaron had to watch Brett, and it paid huge dividends. And it sure looks like Jordan Love, to start his career, is doing the same. He didn't just watch Aaron Rodgers. He worked on his game. He developed his game over 3 years. And when he got his chance, he sure looked like a young star at the position.
Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second down now, 7 to go. Play fake, it's Love. Has it to his back, here's Josh Jacobs. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Slot man motioned over. Kicks the handoff, now Love. And a man is there to knock that away. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So that brings up second down.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
2nd and 10, Love trying again. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Love out of the shotgun. Hit some space around midfield. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So a timely moment for a big play, and they get the first on 3rd and 19.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They have another 1st and 10 on this opening drive, this one from the opposing 40. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Had that one, but just couldn't see it through. So it's 2nd down coming up.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
A 2nd down throw here for Love. That finds Jacobs complete. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Sent down by Cody Barton.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Throwing his love on 3rd. He's trying to lay it in deep along the right sideline.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
On for the field goal now. Here's Brandon McManus. It'll be a 54-yarder from the right hash. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And we continue to await our opening score of this ballgame.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
Good starting field position for the Titans. They've got it, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And that's gonna be knocked away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
2nd and 10 now. Finds him over the middle. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. He manages a gain of 8 there. And the Titans will have a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
He'll throw it yet again. That one gonna go against the D. And it's as we expected, partner. We call pass interference, so put it at the spot and give him that 1st down. 1st and 10 for him now, following the penalty. They'll run here following the penalty. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Devontae Wyatt finishing that play off. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. The caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
Packers taking the field now. Their 2nd series of the game coming up. They could only set up a lengthy field goal attempt their last possession, Brock, so some room to improve in how far they can advance the football here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Love from the gun. They get it right back. That's intercepted. And the Titans take possession of the football. Oh my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a third in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
So Tennessee headed out for its second drive of the game. And as they take the field, Brock, they got to be thankful that interception didn't cost them. Still scoreless here.
I like how you say they. I think the quarterback in particular
Yep.
right, loves a chance to have in golf a breakfast ball or a mulligan, another opportunity to flush that first drive away.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Looking for Tyler Lockett on that play. So it'll be 2nd down.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
He takes off left on this 2nd down. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss is really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
They're going play action. To the right, hauled in by Jefferson. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Up and good from Joseph. And that one is going to get them on the scoreboard.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. McCole Hardman now on the return. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. This our last play of the quarter. First down throw, here's Love. That's Reed on the slant. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through one quarter. Just 3-0 is our score. More from Nissan Stadium coming up after the break. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Packer football to begin. They have it on 2nd and short. From the 39. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that leaves him with 3rd and short. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
No gain there, and that'll bring up 4th and a few.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, It sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
So fourth down, here comes Daniel Whelan to send it flying for the Packers. He has it at the 22. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And the Titans will get set to take over. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Nate Hobbs in on that stop. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
Throwing now, off play action. That one's incomplete over the middle.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Packers are going to have a long football field ahead of them on this drive. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They go play action here. This is Reed working the right side. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st and 10, here's Love. Reed's got it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Handoff here to Jacobs. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
From midfield on 2nd down. That'll be complete to Jacobs. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
The Packers send out their punting unit. Mason Kinsey to return this for the Titans. And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. The Titans ready to take over on offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Makes the grab in bounds left side. Hits the 20. Touchdown, Tennessee. The Titans keep their drive alive and reach pay dirt 1 play later. Calvin Ridley with the touchdown. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Titans make it a 10-point ball game. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Nixon now to return it. He's got a lane up past the 30. Field flipping return as he brought it down on the opposite side of the 50. Out now runs the Packer offense. They now trail by double digits after that last score, Brock. It's 10-0 partway through here. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Xavier Woods up to make the tackle. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
That's incomplete left side. Target that time, Jaden Reed. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
That's a very quick trigger, and the hurry throw was much tougher to complete. He may have rushed that one thinking the pressure was just about to get to him in the pocket.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Shotgun now for Love. And that's into the hands of Dobbs. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at Nashville. The Packers trailing in the early going. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. This finds Dobbs. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Loves to throw again. Complete on the slant to Watson. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
This one's caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Love out of the shotgun. Bails out of the pocket, and he will score. Touchdown, Green Bay! The Packers make it a 1-score game before halftime. Jordan Love, the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Extra point try is good by McManus. And the Packers cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Julius Chestnut to return. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The Titans and receiver Calvin Ridley back out again on offense. And they have made it no secret that they want to go his way in this game, right? And the results so far, I'd say very promising. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. Throwing from the gun. He finds Chigakonkwo for the grab. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Now we get a timeout taken by the Titans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. First and 10 from the 41. Pass play coming here. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. Intended target was Calvin Ridley. So second down coming up.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. He'll throw it. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody.
Yeah.
And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Still sticking with the passing game. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. Has the distance, but headed well left. No good. And they are unable to double their lead. It's halftime here in Nashville. The Titans giving the fans something to cheer about. They're in front at the break. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
Okay, Kate, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. On now is McManus to kick this away. Here's Chestnut on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So to begin the third, it'll be the Titans offense we see first. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll try and throw it here into the hands of Okonkwo. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has his man, it's Ridley. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. And he can't reel it in, incomplete.
Hey, Kate, you know that line, time is of the essence? It certainly is in the pocket. Not enough time there to let that play develop down the field, and the two were not able to reel it in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Trying the inside handoff to Pollard. And he drives it up past the 45. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker, and that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. Tried getting it to Calvin Ridley. And now a 4th down, staring right at him.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this one hits first to the 3 before continuing on into the end zone for a touchback. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. And the running lanes, and they've been hazardous. Not quite the decorated collection of highlights from him that we're going to look at here. Those big plays, the explosive runs where he leads an offense, just haven't been there for him in this one. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Handoff, running right, Jacobs. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. L'Jarius Sneed there for the stop. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the 22 on 2nd down. Has him on the quick hitter. Has some daylight through the 40. Keeps himself upright. Jane Reed! And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And this is going to be a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers grab the lead on their first series of the half. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop him either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
McManus on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Packers take a 4-point lead. On now is McManus to kick this away. Here's Chestnut on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Pollard. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Again, a run with Pollard. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice, once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing now on 1st down. Has the connection to Ridley. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now he'll throw off the play fake. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Tried getting it to Tyler Lockett, but still plenty of options left on 3rd and short. Tight end gets it running forward. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
You know, Kate, that's a successful play on 2 fronts. Number 1, you get the first down. And number 2, keep that defense guessing as to who is just going to get the carries.
Notion man left is Lockett. 1st and 10, it's Pollard. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Edger and Cooper there to make the stop. That's the rookie from Texas A&M who took him down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game, the type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Throwing deep for the end zone. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. Well, the pass interference might have prevented the touchdown there, but it gives this offense the yards and a great chance to punch it in anyway. Defense, no doubt, still recovering from that interference call, Brock, but they've got to buckle down here. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force to throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Pollard goes up and over for the touchdown. The Titans take a lead just before the end of the 3rd. Tony Pollard with the touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while, but that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Extra point is up and good from Slot. And the Titans push their lead to 3. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Nixon now to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Love from the gun. That's caught, Tucker Kraft. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. Just a momentary loss of focus, a break in discipline, and not a good moment individually as he gets hit with that personal foul. So after figuring out the flag, now we've reached the end of our 3rd quarter. It's Packers football, and they know what they need to do, trailing here in the 4th. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic first down. Here's Love. Able to get it to Reed. And he gets it across midfield and into Titans territory.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Play fake, it's Love. Connects on the crosser. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They've got first down from the 31. Takes the handoff, now Love. Flushed out of the pocket. He's on the move. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Jacobs gets it on the draw. And he'll go down here at the 16. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Going run again with Jacobs. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. 4 yards narrows the distance a bit, but still some yardage left here on 4th down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign where they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
An important attempt coming up here for Brandon McManus. A very short kick here from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And in the 4th quarter, that's going to tie the game.
You know, Kate, that may not seem like much, right? Just to go 1 for 2 as a kicker, but it's a whole lot different just psychologically for these guys to see one go through because they may need him at some point later in this game.
On now is McManus to kick this away. Here's Chestnut on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Tennessee offense headed out for another series. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They're going play action. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to throw now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Looking to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
Here comes the Titans punting unit. Johnny Hecker, the one to send it away. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Packers and Jordan Love set to take over again. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. A nice starting spot for the Packers this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Jacobs running behind center. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just one.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They stick with Jacobs. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Complete beyond the marker. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
That's the 2-minute warning here in Nashville. Packers pushing to get within range for a game winner. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Shotgun now for Love. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they face 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. He'll look to throw it. Finds his man. It's Kraft. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Setting up to pass. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Now we get a timeout taken by the Titans. That's their 1st. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the 1st. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And he's going to run this one well into the red zone to the 14. Tennessee calling its 2nd timeout now, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
First down, and they go right back to him. And they're going to do it, Brock. They break the tie in the final minute. It's a touchdown. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard-fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal. But you do have to ask the question, did they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
McManus on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Packers break that tie and now lead by 7. On now is McManus to kick this away. Here's Chestnut on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So now here comes the Titans on offense. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Pass caught by Ridley. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be a Tennessee first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Trying to push it deep downfield. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
One final shot here. Need this to force overtime. It's intercepted. That will do it. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Packers make one final massive play, and that finishes the win. So it's the